I'd never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you.
Hi, my name's Amanda Easton. I'm a performer, singer-songwriter from Sydney, Australia. I make retro-inspired theatrical electronic pop. But when I'm not doing my own music, I do cabaret, cover band gigs, solo gigs, tribute shows, recording sessions. Welcome to my Circle of Light vlog.
But I'll be watching you from here.
Hi there, how are you? I'm coming from Sydney, Australia, and it's 7:30 at night here. I hope you're having a nice evening, or you're about to have a nice morning, or wherever you are in the world. How are you going? This is my video blog, which is a vlog, and I'm just saying hello, catching up, and finding out how you guys are doing as well. I said last week that these vlogs have become so important to me because it's my way of connecting, because there's not a lot of other connecting happening with us at the moment. We're officially 12 weeks in isolation now, although we've kind of broken the isolation just slightly, and my young son is going to school. We practically hose the poor kid down when he comes in the house, but he's our little outreach to the rest of the world. He could not cope with mum's school any longer. You know, as wonderful as mum's school in the kitchen was going, I think it was time he had to go back to school. But it's funny they call it isolation, because I'm thinking that Australia is kind of an isolated country in many ways, although you don't think about it, I guess, when you're living here. But I feel like we're really in a bubble compared to the rest of the world, and you know, we're in such a good position along with New Zealand with very few cases of coronavirus, and we kind of feel insulated from the rest of the world. But at the same time, when the whole George Floyd thing happened, you know, we went up in arms as well because of our own situation with our Indigenous people, as well as you know, to support the American cause as well. So I've spoken to quite a few of my American friends, and it's scary over there, and we're with you, sending love, and hope all turns out okay. I hope everything turns out okay here as well, because there are a lot of people that protested all around Australia, and you know, pretty hard to social distance when you're protesting. And don't get me wrong, protesting is so important, and I'm so proud of the people that went out and did that, but it could cause us problems. So we're going to stay kind of semi-isolated for another week or so and see if there is any kind of a jump in numbers, probably caused by the protest. So we're going to stick to our little routine, which is, you know, kind of fun. Usually I'd be gearing up for gigs around this time, but instead I'm gearing up for a weekend at home. Very exciting stuff. So what'll happen is Friday night I'll make pizza. And I got to say, if I say so myself, my homemade pizza is pretty good, and I've perfected it over this last 12 weeks. So I make the dough and pretty much just put, you know, mozzarella and tomato and a few herbs and spices, and that's about it. And it's a really kind of thin, very non-round looking pizza base, but tastes so good. So that'll be Friday night. I know, party animal, right? And then Saturday day, sometime we might go out to the park, which has been a new thing for us. So, you know, taking things slowly, getting out into the real world. And we'll definitely watch a movie. We did all the Star Wars movies a little while ago, and we're now on Spider-Man. So we've done Spider-Man 1, 2 and 3. And into the Spideyverse, is that what it's called? Anyway, they're all fantastic, and there's a whole heap more Spider-Man movies for us. And we sit in the lounge, and the tradition has become, because, you know, you build up traditions even in these little times, rituals in these different kind of times. And we all have our favourite bowl of chips. Now, what's your favourite bowl of chips? My favourite is kettle chips, sour cream, and what is it? Sour cream and sweet chili. Oh, the best. But you know, other members of the household prefer their salt and vinegar, which is my second favourite. And then there's the grain waves. And what I do, I get everybody their bowl of favourite chips, and then I hide a little bit of chocolate underneath, which is no surprise anymore because I do it every single time. But that's such a lovely family thing to do on the weekend that we never would have done, because usually I'm racing around like a blue-ass fly, going to gigs and doing all the other stuff that people do on weekends as well as doing my work. So I'm kind of enjoying that, I gotta say. So it looks like my next gig, I did talk about June 20 a little while ago on another video diary, but that date moved. So it's now July 4 is going to be our live stream. It'll be through a YouTube link, and I'll make sure I post that. And that's with the First Ladies of Soul. So there'll be 3 female singers up front, and I think we're having a 4-piece band. So it's a slightly smaller version of the usual First Ladies of Soul because we've all got to socially distance on the stage. And it'll be at this most beautiful custom designed live stream room. I've only seen photos, but it's really impressive. Lots of cameras, proper staging, lighting. Basically a production company who aren't doing many productions at the moment, so they set up all this fantastic gear they had in a purpose-built live stream room. So that's Friday, July 4. So keep an eye out for the post, and I'll send you. It's free, by the way, although you are welcome to tip the performers, but you don't have to buy a ticket. You're welcome just to come along and watch, and ideally send messages and that kind of thing. We would love to see you there. Let me see, what else have I been doing? One thing I was thinking about is, you know, between my mum's school, which is not happening anymore because my son is actually going to real school, between that and, you know, being the hunter and gatherer with all the groceries and all that kind of stuff, everything online. So actually a big job. Every spare minute I have when I'm not doing kind of family things, I've been doing musical projects and getting such a thrill out of doing duets with people, doing some a cappella kind of videos and writing songs for my next album, which, you know, that's something I normally try to do, but I fit in a lot of new kind of projects that I wouldn't normally have time for. And it really got me thinking that I don't earn any money from any of them. I mean, hopefully the new album, but none of those projects, we're not asking money for anybody to watch those kind of videos, and it's done purely for the love. And even though I'm not working at the moment, I'm not getting paid an income, it just makes you realize that, you know, I'm so lucky to have a job, not that I have one quite yet, but you know what I mean, that I'm actually happy to do for free. And there's probably not a lot of jobs where that would be the case. So that makes me feel good. You know, there's a lot of venues starting to offer gigs out in Sydney, and some are doing things like, oh, come and do a couple of hours and we'll give you $100 food voucher. I'm sorry. It's funny because I'm more than happy to work for free on a creative project that I'm doing. And it's something that I'm doing for the love, and I get to control the project, I guess. But if someone says, come to my venue and play basically for free, come on, $100 food voucher probably costs you $30. It just feels demeaning and disrespectful. Unfortunately, some people will take them. But I guess there's that whole thing, yes, I'll work for free in the right kind of situation, but we have to respect what we do as musicians, if you're a professional, of course. And to start taking those kind of gigs is not a good way to start the opening up of our country again, because people will realise, other venues will realise that, okay, they're taking those gigs, so that's all we'll offer, and we won't offer the proper professional rates. And I know venues are hurting, I know restaurants and clubs and all those people are hurting, but so are we. Musicians and artists were hurt, you know, from the very beginning. We lost our gigs. We were one of the first industries to suffer, and most of us are not working at all. So completely understand that venues are hurting too, and we do have to work together, and we can do things differently to make sure that we both survive. But working for $100 food voucher, no, that's not on. Rave over. I hope you've had a lovely week. It feels like, you know, we're going to the end of the week here, even though it's only Thursday night. And I got a request from Jim for, he wasn't specific. He said, do a song that you really enjoy that you do at a gigs, when you do your solo gigs. And this song is one of my favourites. It's kind of moody, and it's perfect for an upcoming weekend, because I'm sure some of you have got some wicked games and wicked thoughts planned for the weekend. I hope you do. So I'm going to do the song Wicked Games. I've gone and spoilt that, haven't I? By Chris Isaac, of course. Just a, very lo-fi version. So I hope you enjoy.
is gonna break your heart. No, I don't wanna fall in love. This girl is gonna break your heart with you. With you. What a wicked game you played to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do, to let me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say. You never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do, to make me dream of you. And I know how to fall in love. This girl is gonna break your heart. No, I don't wanna fall in love. This girl is gonna break your heart with you. With you, world was on fire, no one could save me but you. Strange waters I will make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I'd love somebody like you. I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. With you. Nobody loves no one.
Oh, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Have a wonderful week, and I think this looks like a regular thing, 7:30 on a Thursday night. I hope to see you here next Thursday. All the best. Bye.